Hello, everyone. My name is Tavis Linsin, and I'd like to introduce my colleague and collaborator, Erin. We'd like to thank all of you who worked so hard to put the 2020 Community Music Pre-Conference Seminar together, and to all who are joining our session. Today, I'm going to present results from an evaluation we conducted together during the 2018-19 academic year of the When Patients Heal You program at Boston University. The program is run at BU by the BU Arts Lab, an innovative on-campus group challenging artists to reimagine the role of arts in society. Each year, beginning in 2012, epilepsy patients treated at the Boston Medical Center are invited to participate in the program. Patients are referred to as artists, a term I will apply throughout the rest of this presentation. When Patients Heal You pairs artists with BU students. Artists and students work together to prepare and perform a concert at BU featuring the musical selections of BMC artists. Our work is anchored in two bodies of research. The first area of research explores the intersection of music and well-being, and the second focuses on the contributive pathways of music and the arts. On the left, you see Boston Medical Center, and on the right, the College of Fine Arts at BU, with When Patients Heal You and the Arts Lab in the center. We used two theoretical lenses in our study. The first, an ecological framework adapted from Bronfenbrenner. We chose this framework because it emphasizes relationships. We were primarily interested in relationships formed among artists and students, represented in the center of the bullseye, and then those relationships within the context of When Patients Heal You and the Arts Lab. We also drew upon the capabilities framework developed by Martha Nussbaum. This normative framework emphasizes freedom, choice, and dignity at an individual level. Capabilities are defined by Nussbaum as the answer to the question, what is each person able to do and be? The capabilities framework aligned well with our research, in part because the goals espoused in it are congruent with many of the outcomes When Patients Heal You staff seek for participants. The research questions that guided our inquiry are, what are participants' perceptions of the relationships they form with one another during the program? How do participants understand their roles in these relationships? What do participants experience through their involvement in When Patients Heal You? How do participants feel these experiences are shaped by the program structure and content? And what influences, if any, do participants feel that the program has had on their lives? We used a case study research design and focused our inquiry on the When Patients Heal You program itself. Our data sources included 8 semi-structured artist interviews, 2 student focus groups, field observations, and other data sources. Throughout the research process, we identified and addressed threats to validity in the work and drew upon multiple meaning-making approaches aligned with our design and method. This is a bit of descriptive information about our sample. Moving on to our findings, artists indicated they formed and deepened relationships with themselves as a result of their participation in the program. They reported building self-confidence, self-esteem, and several indicated they were able to grow musically. Artists reported they gave and received support from other artists in When Patients Heal You. Forms of support included artistic mentorship and inspiration, guidance and encouragement related to epilepsy, and friendship. Artists and students indicated they built mutually supportive relationships with one another. All participants reported that support flowed primarily from the artists to the students. Students indicated they received mentorship from the artists, including learning from artists' deep and profound life experiences. Artists themselves felt supported by students' open-minded engagement with music that artists had chosen for the When Patients Heal You concert. Artists described close relationships with Boston Medical Center and program staff. They expressed joy in being able to offer their music as a gift to medical workers, and particularly their neurologists who had done so much for them. BNC and BU staff sought to create opportunities where artists would not be defined or limited by their medical condition and could express their freedom, agency, and creativity to the world. According to artists, the program concert offered them an opportunity to deepen relationships with family and friends. They indicated they were able to express themselves and their artistry, to telegraph their strengths as individuals. And some artists also used the concert as a venue to share openly about their medical condition, sometimes through song. Artists indicated they often received recognition and support from their audience, and as a result, felt empowered by that engagement. Finally, some artists felt they were able, through the program, to speak directly to others within the epilepsy community and to serve as positive examples and inspire hope. Artists were divided in their views about whether and to what extent participation in the program promoted their well-being or physical health directly. For example, no artist indicated that they felt the frequency or intensities of their seizures diminished as a result of participation. Multiple artists indicated that they felt, though, senses of connectedness with others as a result of the program, that they became more visible and recognized by others, that they were able to form supportive relationships, that they were able to offer support to others, that they felt valued. And one participant indicated that participation in When Patients Heal You was in and of itself a performance of health. The BMC neurologist we spoke with explained that in her practice, she had not observed a direct correlation between epilepsy patients' physical health and their engagement in When Patients Heal You or in music generally. She did indicate that there is a substantial comorbidity of epilepsy and depression. To the extent engagement in When Patients Heal You might mitigate artists' possible feelings of depression, she reasoned, participation in the program could be positively linked to health outcomes, though additional research is needed here to support that hypothesis. Med students and School of Music student participants alike indicated they benefited from their participation in three primary ways: musical, academic, and fun. Participation in When Patients Heal You was an antidote to academic burnout, they said. All students indicated that they were able to deepen their musical and artistic abilities. Music students indicated they learned to improvise, some for the first time, and to listen more deeply to the artists they were collaborating with. The medical students, all musically trained, indicated that the program provided a valuable musical outlet. Music students indicated that the program expanded their conception of music making and music education. And medical students said experience in the program helped them to see artists as humans, not only as patients. And they acknowledged that the program challenged the traditional doctor-patient hierarchy in powerful and traditional ways. So here we show aspects of the program environment itself that we believe contributed to artists' and students' positive experiences. These key aspects of the program culture are that it is anti-hierarchical, improvisatory, caring, arts and learning positive, patient-centered, participant-centered, and diverse. Aspects of the When Patients Heal You program appeared to function to neutralize or even reverse power differentials between participants. For example, one might anticipate that the program could be characterized by a mentor-mentee relationship in which formally trained BU music students who have extensive musical experience mentor patients who have lower levels of experience than they do. And one might further expect BU medical students would relate to artists in a manner that resembled a hierarchical doctor-patient relationship. In reality, Erin and I did not observe, nor did participants feel the presence of these power differentials. To the contrary, artists felt empowered. Students indicated they were able to play, or they played primarily supportive roles, and that doing so widened their views about the respective fields in which they planned to work. Ways in which artists were empowered included the precise and intentional use of language. Identifying artists as artists and not patients seemed to be particularly impactful. Further, all artists had an opportunity to select the repertoire they would perform during the concert. And both students and artists indicated that this fact helped to create a setting in which artists were empowered. Lastly, with support from the program staff, participants were encouraged to engage creatively, democratically, and with care to create the kind of experience that each wanted. We also observed that program staff skillfully established musicianship, artistry, and learning as central values and purposes of the program. Doing so created a common and level ground in which artists, med students, music students could engage on an equal footing. In future research, we want to expand our exploration of contributive pathways for artists in online settings, deepen our work with the capabilities framework, and further explore collaborative opportunities in universities for students in sciences and students in the arts. We want to thank the Boston Arts Initiative for funding, the BU Arts Lab for their wonderful collaboration, the BU School of Medicine, Boston Medical Center, Boston College of Fine Arts, and all of the participants in this research who entrusted us with their time and their stories. Thanks to everyone for listening.